Welcome to Hip to the Scene. Talking music, videos, and everything in between.
Hello everyone, I am Andy Gessner, and I am the host of Hip to the Scene, where every single episode we talk to the experts in the music world, where we're going to be asking them questions that talented creatives all over this world torn asunder are wanting answers to. And today's episode, the question is, what is OTT? And as a creative, why should I care? So, OTT. What is OTT? Well, we decided to talk to the world's leading expert, at least he is in our world, to chat about all things OTT. His name is Rob Schwartz, and his resume is quite impressive. He is the CEO of Grammy Award-winning WhoMag Distribution. And not for nothing, ladies and gentlemen, his visual content, his programming at WhoMag reaches, are you sitting down, 500 million potential viewers. Now, put that into perspective, ladies and gentlemen. That is more people than live in North America. So you're immediately thinking, okay, this OTT stuff, this must be some international kind of programming we've got going here. So that's the reason we reached out to Rob. It's also important to note he's done a lot of other things in his musical journey and in his video journey, including being an editor on shows like Jimmy Kimmel Live and The Goldbergs. Last but not least, he is a dear friend of ours, and we're very, very pleased to welcome him to Hip to the Scene. Hello, Rob.
Hello, how are you, Andy? How are you doing today?
I am absolutely living large and loving life, and you can imagine in my vocation, I am constantly asked, okay, so OTT, can you please explain to me OTT? So, of course, I was originally, and I do believe it was originally derived from your box sitting over the top of your cable box. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's not from a Naughty by Nature song. Yes, correct.
But now the actual description, according to our friends at Wikipedia, is it's a media service and it's directly to viewers and it goes through the internet. So it basically goes over the top of the expensive cable TV and over the top of the ugly gray dish on the top of your house. Please tell us, am I speaking truth to power?
That's exactly what it is. It's over the top. It's basically pulling television through an internet signal. So when we started our channel, the big term was cord cutters. Everybody wants to be a cord cutter. And being a cord cutter means you're cutting the cable costs because cable is so expensive. But on the flip side, you still have to have cable internet to get the reception for OTT. But a lot of people figure ways to do that. And that really is what helped fuel the OTT world, is because of the high cost of cable. And now with everyone going there, now all the cable companies are adapting to it and figuring out strategies to work backwards to get with the OTT. Absolutely.
All right. When did you jump into this, and did everyone think you were on Chemical Extractions?
Yes, I hopped in 2012. We were the very second music channel to be on Roku. The first one was Music Babel, which was a rock pop channel. We're the first ones to bring urban music with hip hop, R&B, and real EDM music too, because we do a lot of EDM as well. And yes, what happened was my programs are on multiple broadcast networks. And the biggest one we were on was on Dish TV. That was my TV show, Who Mag TV. And when they went under, they didn't tell anybody. They just disappeared. So everyone was scrambling to find out what happened and what now. So people are reaching out to me. Hey, are you part of the network? Because they've viewed my program so many times. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of playing these games. I've been on so many networks to keep canceling. I need to create my own TV network. So I looked into starting a satellite dish. I was looking at about $150,000 a month, which I just left my day job. There's no way I could have done that at all. And I came across this thing called Roku, and it was brand new. It was like nobody was on there. And I said, this is going to be the future. So I got in touch with the developer. We created the channel, and next thing you know, we're one of the first channels on there. And it was kind of hard because I have to pitch to everyone, hey, I have a TV network. It's called iFame TV. I was like, oh, great. How do I see it? It's on Roku. What's Roku? Oh, well, Roku. I have to pitch Roku, and no one heard of Roku in 2012. So it was a double pitch, and it was a struggle. But everyone in the Philadelphia area where I'm at was buying Roku just to watch my programming. Because what I was doing, I was filming a lot of people, and I was only putting it on the Roku. I wasn't putting it online. So you had to go to Roku. You had to buy a Roku to watch yourself on TV. So that's how we kind of started that whole thing back in 2012. But now we have 3 channels, but that was the first.
Well, you truly are a farmer. You are outstanding in your field. That's a little joke here for the viewers and listeners of Hip to the Scene. Yes, being the first one in on something, people will always give you the raised eyebrow, like, I don't know what he's thinking. This guy is completely on a different, but all of a sudden now it's a big dealio. Can you speak to just how big a dealio OTT is and why creatives all across this world torn asunder should be locked in on this OTT stuff?
Well, the crazy part was I was doing this for a while, and then other networks started popping up slowly, and then it got a little faster. And then walk into Best Buy and seeing the Roku TV sets where they're built into the Roku. I'm like, that's it. It's over. That's it. Because no longer is it a little box hidden in the shelves in the aisle that no one walks down, but now it's in the TVs that everyone sees. So now if you go to a Walmart or Target or Best Buys, there are either Amazon Fire TVs with the Fire TV, Fire Stick built in, Roku built in, Samsung built in. So now all the TV sets got smart to it, and they built in the OTTs. So now you have it. If you know it or not, you probably have OTT. You just have to experiment with it. But that was a game changer for us because our downloads went through the roof once they were implemented into TV sets. And being that we're like the first channel on there to do what we kind of did, we already had one of the biggest followings because we were the only option really at that point. So we still have, it's been 9 years now that we've been on there, and we still have one of the biggest followings. And it's a strategy how we did it, what the programming we pick up. We pick a lot of different programs that we know are going to bring attention, as well as music. Our 3 networks are all music-based entertainment programs. So our strategy is a little different than most of the other channels, but yeah, that once that what was built into the TV sets, that just totally just changed the game. And I was just a big smile on my face, and I had to buy one right away just to play with it and be like, oh my God, there's a Roku remote control that works the TV set. This is so cool. And that was it.
So you're saying as a creative, say you're in a band or you've got a music video or you're an EDM artist or you're a singer-songwriter, getting your visual content on Rob Schwartz's Who Mag television is going to connect your image, your brand, your song, your visuals with an international audience?
So we focus on international. That's one of our things. And when I started my TV show, Who Mag TV, the first network that really picked us up was in 2007, was in Europe on Sky TV. 120 million households. And I couldn't believe it was so difficult for me to bring it back to the US where I filmed it. And I realized the appreciation of music, of American music overseas, is so much bigger than Americans appreciate themselves. So we started in Europe, went to Russia. We're in Europe on Yamgo. We were on Cool TV. In Russia, we're SPB TV. We're all these different networks all over the world. Africa, we were all three of our programs. Humag TV is our hip hop show. DMTV is our EDM show, and Video Vision, our music video show. We're all over Africa, all over. And we did focus in the US, but our main thing was always overseas, just because the appreciation was so much more. And we were getting more emails. I would get handwritten letters from Ghana in the mail, just saying, hey, I don't know how to respond to you, but I saw your address. I want to write you a letter, see I like your show. So it's kind of cool getting that stuff like that in the mail from Ghana, But yeah, we do focus international, and we help our artists get overseas, as well as all across the US through our 3 different networks, which cover everything: Apple, Roku, Google Play, Fire Stick. We have a cell phone app that's free, and our website. So we try to cover every basis possible.
Okay, hundreds, if not thousands, of talented creatives each month are reaching out. I am fully aware that Humag is highly curated.
Absolutely.
So, what's the programming decisions? Do they rest squarely on your shoulders? Are you like me, you lean on others to help with these kinds of important decisions? Do you, as the head honcho, have key advisors? I mean, it's all about the programming, and it's obvious that the world is really digging the Humag action.
Yeah, so I do a lot of it myself. I do have people that work for me that help out too. But what we pick up, I mean, it's the video and it's the people too, because we're always looking to work with good people. Like if we put you on our platforms and you don't share it or promote it, I mean, chances are we may not put something back on, because I still have to pay my costs to the channel. It costs me money every month to run these 3 networks. And even a simple share just shows your appreciation. A lot of artists don't do that, and the ones that do that, like, we see more, so we know that when they come back around, okay, this is the guy that gave us before. In fact, Andy, I know one of the artists you sent us, just out of the blue, I came to the office and there was 2 bottles of wine from Italy as a thank you gift. I mean, that kind of stuff goes so far, because we had a party here in the office celebrating them, send an email thanking you guys. But little things like that are the things that make people want to work more with you. And even how you email people, like, don't just say, here's my new video and send me a link. Like, do an introduction. Hi, I'm so-and-so from here and here. I'd like you to listen to, do something nice. Give me a little background. And why should I play it? Why should I talk to you? Not because you're saying it's a hot video, because if I can't get to that point, I'm not getting to that point. We get so many submissions every day that we do have to be selective what we put up on our platform. And we do all genres: hip hop, R&B, dance, jazz, everything. But that's kind of.
How has the current 11-month situation changed the Humag magical mosaic? I mean, you're still kicking ass, my friend.
It's been, I hate to say this, but it's been kind of a blessing in a way, because everyone's Netflixed out. Netflix is now running old shows. I mean, it's cool. I'm watching Goodfellas again and, Raging Bull and stuff, but there's not a lot of new content on all these platforms. So people are frustrated. And because I'm also a filmmaker, I know it's struggles. You can't, it's now all the testing to get a film done. People can't afford it. So there's less and less films being made and TV shows being made. So everyone is now in their OTTs looking for new channels to discover. So we're getting more and more views of all of our content, which is great, which means more and more submissions, because artists watch artists and they always think, hey, this is a great channel. How do I get my stuff on there? And they reach out to us, which is great. But it's been pretty insane. Even people will think, see, there's 2 types of artists right now. They're the ones that are like, COVID, I'm going to fall back and wait for it to be over, which half of the world is right now, which makes no sense to me. But then you have the other half. They're like, this is the perfect time to be extra aggressive, because there's less stuff out there. There's more people home watching. And those people are figuring out ways, hey, okay, we can't congregate because we can't film and we can't do the club scenes anymore. Let's do this instead. They're still being creative. They're still figuring out how to be 6 feet apart, film with masks. And those people, we appreciate that. And, we understand that, things are changed, but we look at that and we appreciate the quality of the video of how they do it and the creativity right now, because there's so much more creativity because people have to figure out how to get on these obstacles. So it's been insane. It's been really insane with the people reaching out to us for video, and our views have jumped through the roof because of COVID as well too.
Listen to what Rob is saying, ladies and gentlemen. The truth has a certain ring to it. Every day I am forced to speak to those in the music world that are looking at the situation glass half empty. Rob, we don't have time for glass half empty type folks.
You got to fill it back up.
Absolutely, my friends. We've got a human family glued to their screens. Think about it. No concerts to go see. No sporting events to attend.
And people are out of work. Everyone's home.
Everyone is home looking for a prescription to make them feel better. I would contend HUMAG could make anyone feel better because it's top-notch programming, highly curated. Not for nothing, you might discover your brand new favorite artist.
We have a lot of great artists.
You guys have so many success stories. I mean, the list of artists that you've championed before anyone knew who the heck they were, it's endless.
Yeah, and I don't want to take credit for anyone's success. I would never do that. But we've been doing this for 20 years, since 2001 when we launched HUMAG.net. And some of the people we've interviewed before or helped promote before they're even known include like Katy Perry, Robin Thicke. Pitbull was just coming up at that time in the hip hop world. Joyner Lucas, Joe Ortiz, so many major artists that we've had before anyone else even knew who they were. But again, it's nothing to do with us taking credit. We just recognize great music. We have a music distribution company as well with about 1,000 releases to us. And there's a lot of artists that we help break this as well too. But I can never take credit for those artists either because they hustle hard. We're just part of their story. I don't want to be them to be part of my story. I want to help them. But I want them to say, yeah, with HUMAG, that helped us with the video promo, the video placements, the music distribution, everything like that too, because we help give the OTT, and they always come back to oh yeah, I remember we're the first ones on Roku, and yeah, Rob, you were the first one to do the Roku, and we bought a Roku because of you. And even now, 9 years later, it's just like everyone has the channels now, but people remember I was the first one with the Roku channel. Yeah.
Well, folks, you're watching this program or you're listening to this podcast. You're listening to a gentleman. He is the living, breathing, walking example of that old adage, give of yourself ungrudgingly. Don't ask for a whole lot in return, and it'll come back to you tenfold. Really, I'm just so inspired by HUMAG and what you got going on, because independent creatives, they figure they're boxed out of high profile exposure or top-notch online real estate. And there you are. You're giving all of these up-and-comers a shot.
Well, thanks to you too, Andy, because you give us a lot of great videos that we make all three of our networks, Video Vision, iFame TV, and HUMAG Multimedia. We air all of the clients you give us, and it gives us a good look. And because you only pick the best music too. So it makes our job easier. So I want to thank you for that situation as well.
You're sincerely welcome, sir. So we're all wondering here, how did your previous career help set you up for where you are now here in 2021?
It's a long story, but if I can make it short, I've always loved music since I was a kid. I was a white kid in Cherry Hill that used to get picked on, so I listened to hip hop music when nobody was listening to hip hop music in Cherry Hill. From there, in college, after I graduated college, I started working at Polygram Records for a little while in distribution. ILS distribution. We put out Jay-Z's first single. There's the flyer right there. We put out Blase, Jerry the Damager, Beanie Man. From there, I moved to the West Coast to become a songwriter. because I can't sing, I can't play an instrument, but I write. So I wrote for some of the a lot of artists in the West Coast. Didn't work out. Came back to the East Coast, and I fell into finance. Took a job 9 to 5. Gave up music, which we all know if you're in music that doesn't last too long. So I started a website 2001, and it got big. And as a website, we tried to make it to a magazine. Didn't work. We made it to a DVD magazine. So we were the first DVD magazine to launch in Netflix, in Blockbuster, Walmart, and Target. Now, all these other DVD magazines like Cheddar, Smack were out before we did. We were the first ones to break into the mainstream market. From there, that's when, and I had no idea what I was doing. I never was into film. I was just doing the day job, just wanted to be involved more with music. So our DVD got so big in Europe. That's when in 2007, a network called Cool TV reached out to me and said, hey, we love this DVD. Can you make it to a TV show? And coincidentally, my camera guy was moving to the West Coast at that time. So I had to teach myself how to film, how to edit, just to make a TV show. I had no idea how to do that. But I took it upon myself to make a TV show while at the day job. This is 2005. YouTube just launched in 2005. So there were no online tutorials on how to use Final Cut. This is Final Cut 3. So I taught myself how to use Final Cut, make shows. And from there, the shows got bigger and bigger. I got involved with a lot of movies. I won a Pocono Film Festival for my hip hop documentary. So I won this right here in 2010. And that's when I started doing music videos. I directed and produced about 35 music videos. I won a lot of awards for my videos. And I just needed to take that next step. And that's where I launched into the TV and OTT world in 2012, because now I understand content. I wanted to learn more about it and how it works. And the OTT thing just kind of blew my mind with the Roku and the possibilities 9 years ago.
Well, you are truly a man who believes that necessity is the mother of all invention. And I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. I mean, I know you've got big plans for this upcoming year. It's only been 2021 for a short bit of time. Tell us about some of your plans moving forward.
So with the OTT platforms, we have a lot of conferences coming to me now, because a lot of the conferences are virtual to air. So we're working with a couple of conferences and award shows. We did the Tulsa Music Awards a few months ago. We have a few more. I don't want to say what yet till everything's locked in, but we have some big ones coming up as well. Distribution wise, we started putting out our first CD compilations. It actually came today, in the mail today. So it's Humag Distribution Essentials Volume 1. This is hip hop. Volume 2 is going to be R&B. Then we're going to do a rock one, an EDM one, just for all our artists to get them a physical CD and help rejuvenate some of the sales for them. So we're always building the distribution companies. Well, we have a deal with Sony Orchard. We've been with Orchard for 11 years. So between the networks, and we have some new stuff with the networks too. We do have a new platform we're going to land on. And also as far as Video Vision or video show, it already airs all over the world. So many platforms. We just got picked up in Hawaii on a broadcast network, KKAI Channel 50. So we actually air starting February 1st, 5 days a week at 12:30 a.m. So anybody who wants to get in the Hawaii market, reach out to Andy. And, we can get our stuff on broadcasts on Hawaii, as well as you reach New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Canada, all over the West Coast and all over the world as well, too. But a lot of stuff. It's going to be a great year.
Well, everyone who is watching and or listening, I'm sure you are all just waiting to know, how do I get in touch with Rob Schwartz?
So for the music videos, we do screen a lot. It would be great to hook up with HIP Video Connect, because they do screening and we trust their judgment. So when they send this stuff, we know we got quality videos. If you're looking for music distribution, you can just reach out to us. I'm easy to find. I'm just Humag. But as far as videos, please reach out to Hit Video Promo. You'll be a lot easier to get your stuff on our platforms as well.
I really appreciate you taking time out here. It's been quite the illuminating experience, because we are learning straight from one of the leading experts why OTT is important and why, as a creative, you better care, because nowadays people don't listen. They do not read. Rob, when was the last time you turned on the radio?
I haven't, and I have Sirius XM, and I paid for it. I have so many great clients that send me music all day. I have thumb drives. I put my thumb drives, all my music in my thumb drives, and I plug into my car, or I do Spotify in my car. Mm-hmm. That's how I get my music.
So just know that your visual content is your most powerful and potent piece of marketing currency at the moment. Don't make excuses. Oh, there's an issue outside and you mask. Nonsense. You can do a lyric video or you could do an animated video. What you can't do is just sit around and say, woe with me, this sucks, because that's no good. I mean, take the inspiration from Rob Schwartz, man. Guy was an oil prospector, and he dug some wells, and they came up duds, but now HUMAG is his gusher. So kudos to you, my friend. Really appreciate you taking time out to speak to our audience.
Thanks for having me, Andy. And by the way, I received your box of goodies today from all of your amazing artists. We got some amazing goodies in there, t-shirts, bags, CDs. So I'm going to be listening to some in the car ride home and rocking some of the shirts. So that's another important thing to remember is the promo. And I know you guys are big on the promo, and people like me receive the promo, and we wear and support the promo. And that also, when we see the t-shirts with the names on it and the CDs, and then we get the videos later, like, oh yeah, I got that t-shirt. I'm definitely going to put that on our network. So that's a big piece of it. So that's what you guys do, and I appreciate you guys for doing that. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And as we wrap up this incredibly informative episode of Hip to the Scene, I want to do a little plugging here, because Hip to the Scene is for artists and for creatives and for songwriters and for band guys. I know firsthand that you have questions. So every episode, we're going to ask a question. And we're not just going to ask the question to some guy or some person or kind of knows about it. We're going to go after the top experts. So we hope you stay tuned. Definitely, if you like what you're seeing, give us a like or leave a comment or perhaps even subscribe. So as we finish up this episode, thanks again to Rob Schwartz, and we look forward to seeing you all again for the next episode of Hip to the Scene.
Thank you.